MIBR, they might have lost both pistols, but they lost no time in dispatching the pick of Nouns. 16-8 the scoreline. Boggs and Pineapple Phillips on the mic today, and MIBR, at least Insani and BRN, are on the prowl. Those two about 30 kills, each 28 or 29 for each player. And there was nothing Nouns could do to stop them or shut them down. It's Nouns on the CT side, MIBR on the T side. It is their map pick after all. And BRN starts off map 2 where he left off map number 1, chasing down players. Insani tagging down Cynic, both of them charging around corners, running with the Glocks, looking for their first pistol round of this series. Marky down first. He was critical for those pistol rounds for Nouns. He is no longer able to impact this round. Cynic has the dualies, no kit for the CT side. The bomb ticks away, and Cynic will at the very least get 1 kill before he hits the dirt.
With a different form of super soldier on this T side. It's Turtle on the Tech 9 rather than dualies, and I think at range this might be a very potent weapon, especially up close as well. Smoke down on the site, trying to perhaps facilitate a defuse, but there's no kit present for this CT side. And there's the Tech 9 I mentioned. Exit as well, finding one. It leaves just CJ on the back of site, desperately stuck between a rock and a hard place. Not much time left either. He'll find one, sure, but with no kit and time as it is, at this point he's fighting for pride, and he won't even find the final kill. Bomb goes off. Henny will survive. CJ will not. And Made in Brazil take the first pistol round of the series for themselves.
First pistol round and their map pick. It's a good start for MIBR. Although a bit messy towards the end. They still get the pistol round. They got the bomb down. And they'll be able to buy up here. 3 rifles. 3 AKs now as Henny adds that to his inventory. Exit on the Galil and Insani on the MAC-10. Expect Insani to run around looking for frags. But Nouns, they've countered with a force buy of their own. 2 deagles, 157, make it 1 deagle, because Carson already removed by BRN. Hot on the entries, and Insani lurking out towards A does the very same thing. And MIBR now can pick wherever they want to go, because they've got to pick both sites. BRN around that smoke should be very pensive about going through that, and he will not attempt that play. Very smart. Doesn't know what's hiding around the corner, just knows it's probably good at close range. Not want to lose an AK. Now Exit goes with the Galil. Insani's found a second. And Cynic, what's he going to be able to do with the Scout? Just try and save, presumably. Use that in the next round to do some damage. But MIBR are looking very, very good early on map 2.
He's in big positional shifts as well, specifically Insani. He was the utility man on the pistol, and on the second he's the lurk. So a very different position for him when compared to Ancient. Just Cynic at the third gap, but he misses the shot not long for the world. Insani off to another heater start. 3 kills for himself, top of the scoreboard for his team. And an expected second means that Nouns are going to be on a save for the third.
They'll save maybe a couple upgrades, Marky on a deagle perhaps, or he'll save for the op for Cynic. He'll go for the P250 instead. No utility at all for the CT side, which is a bit of an interesting choice, but they will elect to sit that way with just the USPs and hope for a kill or two, an upgrade, and just do some damage or save that into the following round. Turtle, bit of a B-stairs control, realizes he has the bomb and packs away with that. Good heads-up play. You don't want to lose that. Doesn't spell well for the rest of the round. It will be an A end from MIBR as they're already leading the way up the ramp. BRN, of course, the tip of that very deadly spear. Full utility being used towards sandbags, everything being cleared out. They're doing their due diligences here right now, and that's exactly what they should be doing against the pistols, and they've also picked the right spot, Nate. There's nobody here. It's a free plant on what should be a free round.
He might have something to say about it. It's in Marky's hands. Insani, though, could be let off the leash here. Could just go harvest some cash with that. Walking into it. Spots 1, spots 2, spots 3. That's 2 kills. The third, yep, secured. He'll pull out the Glock for good measure as well. Turtle finds the 4th on the AK. The Glock finds the 5th. Insani just out the gates once again, taking brawl. 7 kills now I'm gonna keep on highlighting it again. On map 1, he had 20 kills by the end of round 10. And he already has 7 now by the start of round 4 in map number 2.
Off is out for Cynic, and he needs to hit his shots. He needs to take control of this game. He is the in-game leader, but he's also now the primary opper once again for Nouns, and they will need him to step up on a map like Vertigo. Aggressive peeks down the ramp, up his alley, and he will get flamed back. His shot will go between 2 players. Molotov's going in towards B. Turtle takes a lot of damage, but he's around that smoke with a bit of an angle. Could actually spot somebody out. BRN taking damage as well. Over towards A. Swing out wide. Dangerous play from Carson. Insani going to clear this up. Smokes around the B side. The bomb going to rotate very late. Carson shadow shows. Great read by Turtle, but an even better refrag from Marky. Insani just staying alive here. You can tell by the way he uses his walk. But is he going to stay alive for much longer here, Nate? That's a better question.
It's an advanced position he has to hold, right? He wants that AK. He really wants that AK on the back of sight that his teammate dropped. Luckily, BRN does take off some of the pressure, and in fact, he might even force the Nouns team to save. The op is very unwieldy in the retake, and it's a 3 versus 4. It looks like it's going to be a save for Nouns, and a 4th in a row now for Made in Brazil, but not before Cynic finds exit on the exit. Say the exit, and Insani takes him down. That Mac 10 upgrading now to an M4 as well, and these final 2 players, they are going to try to save, but not just running away outright. Marky falls. Good trades across the board from Made in Brazil. They recover the op. Short's a little bit expensive with 3 players falling, but it was a bonus round. This T-side is looking incredibly solid overall, and it's looking incredibly solid economically as well.
And they deny every single save from Nouns. So no saved rifles, no saved op. They recover that and give that over to Henny. It's Nouns on pistols and a scout. This is looking very much like what we saw at the tail end of Ancient, where MIBR are just running away with it. But it also looks like the first half of Ancient, where Insani is top of the scoreboard. He's got 10 kills in 4 rounds right now. And, ooh, Henny actually gets tagged by the scout. bwills, however, mopped up by BRN and Turtle combining. Insani bomb on his back and still getting ready to run in towards A. Pistols on a fast flank, but MIBR are ready for exit. Keeping an eye on the bridge. But will he be the Balrog or will he be Gandalf the Grey? Looks like he'll be neither and just let them pass. Suck them into a trap. Insani for more stat padding. Exit with 1 more. Henny with a nice shot on Demarchy. That's good to see. Didn't really get to see him do too much of that on Ancient. And as Cynic, the last man standing, upgrades to a 5-7. He's peaked upon, and Henny will add another one, boost his confidence, and boost the score to 5.
Henny hitting shots, everybody staying alive on the Made in Brazil side critically. Their economy is already running rampant. Insani's at the money cap. He just spent his way down. He's at 15.2k. This is an unreal start for Made in Brazil. Nouns have another chance at bat. They have the op again for Cynic. They have 4 M4s. They have kits. They have utility. It is the best buy they could ask for, but again, Made in Brazil have looked head and shoulders above this defense.
We'll see if they can go above head and shoulders and just make it look like they're on top of the skyscraper, and Nouns are on the first floor at a 51. Molotov's exchange. Damage battle won by Nouns, which is a good start. They have yet to find a kill. Finally, BRN will burn, but Insani doubles it up. Turtle comes in with a good flash. Finally, Insani removed, but it's now a 3v3. The low HP player has found damage. Turtle might just get lucky on the bwills too. Sticks his head a little too far over the corner. And Turtle will actually not be able to get too much damage dealt. They about exchange even damage. And we sit in this 3v3 stalemate. Nobody down just yet. Nobody up just yet. The bomb has time to rotate B. There is one lone defender over there. That's Carson. He's not opened his account on this map just yet.
Brazil slowly re-walk over towards A, re-aggress. There's nobody here on the A side proper. They've kind of abandoned it. They've read it into a potential play towards B. They are thinking better of it, though. 30 seconds left. Marky's beginning to crawl his way back. And bwills as well is in the back halls here below heaven. This is a nice off angle for him that could just catch somebody off. Henny, how quick is he on the op? He's blind. It doesn't matter how quick he is. He can't see. bwills wins out. Well played from him and Marky. They completely shut Made in Brazil out of this site. 3 kills for the price of none. And like that, Nouns are on the board. They keep 3 players alive as well. This could be an opportunity for them to get back into it.
It's a good start. They finally crack open the goose egg. Now they have to string rounds together. That's the most important part. It's getting the rounds together one at a time. Stack them, build the bank. Do not lose this one. That is the most imperative thing. I know it sounds simple. I know it sounds pretty obvious, but on the CT side especially, if you are losing rounds, like trading off rounds, 1 win, 1 loss, your economy will not be able to establish, and you will actually end up on the wrong side of that money. Oh, Turtle! Oh, boy! He swaps to the Molotov, and he gets caught off guard. bwills with a freebie. Doesn't get much easier than that. Turtle's got to be shaking in his chair right now. That's always an awkward engagement. Makes the heart race a little bit. And a gift for Nouns to try and seal this one off and grab 2 in a row. Try to change that tide back into their favor. MIBR walking back into the A site where Cynic is posted with an op. Henny has chosen not to buy up the op, even though he had the ability to do so.
I like that call, given how map 1 went. I had to make a comment. Turtle retreating into his shell after that one. It looked so good until it didn't. Right until the very last second. So unfortunate there. He could have had 2. The second player stacked behind. Very unfortunate on that time. He couldn't be more unfortunate, in fact. Brazil slowly eking forward towards the A site. Nouns, though, don't want to let it go away for free. Henny will make tentative crossing, but the Molotov thrown in as he installs. That spam back and forth favors the CTs. He now burns alive, an unfortunate spread, and bwills finds that play. The smoke now subsides as well, making it all the more difficult for BRN. He has to forge his way through the flames to try and plant, but the nade does him in as well. This utility from Nouns is positively suffocating. Insani and Exit do offer some resistance, but they can't get the bomb down. Exit now 1 versus 3. 5 seconds left. He's caught on the crossing. Cynic on the ops coming alive, and Nouns 2 in a row now, but they're still a ways away from resetting this T-side economy.
2 rounds away. I'd say it's 1 here. Unless MIBR want to go for a full force, which would be like 2 rifles and an awkward buy for Henny and Exit.
Near max loss bonus.
True.
They should be able to invest.
If they do get plant, then yeah, it's 3 or 2 more rounds. But Nouns have denied the plant. Last couple of rounds, they've done a good job with that.
Henny is the op now. If Henny didn't go for the op, it would be instant. But Henny thinks this is the change they need to make, and you know what? Given how the last round went, I'm inclined to agree. I think an op, even if it is a little bit quiet, could definitely do some good on this map, given how that last round turned out.
Yeah, maybe that's the little bit of extra firepower MIBR were lacking in that last round. The money's still not great for Nouns either. I mean, their richest player is $1,200 on CJ. So they're not out of the woods yet economically. In fact, they're probably in a pretty bad spot. Second round loss of 1,900. I don't know if they'd be able to buy. This is not great. Turtle does not clear jump. Oh, he does now. Carson forced away. Bomb going down. And Nouns have a decision to make. Do they go for this? It's the classic song. Do you stay or do you go? If you stay, it will be trouble.
They have kits. They never have kits. So this is that's something, right? That's something. Yep. But they've got a long way to go. At least they have the utility to do so. 2 smokes, 2 flashes, and a nade as well. They toss it in. It's aggressive position from BRN. 5 times. Most important thing, but it also finds damage. Cynic and Meanwhile does trade the bomb over 2/3 of the way. Ticked, and BRN's harvesting. Carson does get on the board at long last, but at a cost. He falls by Turtle's hand. It leaves just Cynic emerging from the wreckage. 3 players survive for Made in Brazil, 1 for the CT side, and Made in Brazil back in the winner's column. And as you mentioned, the CT economy yet to really equalize. That means they have a painful quandary ahead of them. Do they go for the investment, the compromised buy, or do they suck it up and save and let Made in Brazil get a 7?
Well, Nate, I never got to finish the song lyrics. If you stay, there will be trouble. If you go, it will be double.
Oh my god, it was so poignant, and I cut you off.
Well, it's more of the suspense. I think it worked out better.
True. BRN continuing the tear from the round prior. Insani as well at 14 kills. This is an insane
He
map.
didn't get a kill last round. He's slowing down.
Still an insane series for these two.
Yeah, I mean, what, that puts him close to 50 kills across 2 maps, like 1.5 maps.
Both, yeah. I think actually BRN out-fragged Insani at the end of map 1.
Yeah, I think he had 29 and Sonny had 28.
Yeah.
I want to say that's what it ended at.
Neck and neck. BRN, no fear whatsoever, and maybe he should have some. Carson proving gods can bleed. Cynic as well with the op, and there we go. The aggression finally getting called out. Turtle has to come in huge, though. This flank, so good. Could tilt Nouns off the face of planet Earth there. Eco round finally getting them something.
Oh my gosh, Turtle.
They're finally using. He has a kid as well, but he finds them both. He drops them down, and he leaves it in a 1 versus 1. Somehow he's found it. CJ doesn't recover the kit. He's going to tap it to try and draw this player out. Does he do so? Yes, he does. But with no time and not knowing where the kid is, he's going to force himself to save. And that leaves a sour taste in the mouth of Nouns.
Nouns got so close with nothing but pistols. And yet, Turtle just turns into a snake, gets in behind him, and he strikes. Lethal precision. So well executed by Turtle, just biding his time. Gets in behind, shuts him down. What a hero play from Turtle there. Really starts to establish the stranglehold, too, in the favor of MIBR. And this is Nouns' stronger half by a significant margin. A sub 50% win rate on T-sides. Nouns need rounds. And it seems they can't even buy any right now.
No, they do have a decent enough buy though now. The kits, they have the op, they have rifles across the board, one of them being FMOS, okay, whatever. Issue is made in Brazil, still looking like the better squad across the board. Raiders are running their default once again. They've been given so much space time and time again, and they've been able to make so much of that space. They found it over towards B, they found it over towards A. Find timings towards the middle. It looks so good. So well read, so well versed, this made in Brazil side. Carson, though, back to the round at hand, is the one to emerge victorious in the opening duel. He drops Turtle. That is a big one to find, a big scalp to find. He's going to press forward, aggression. He spots the player. He looked directly at him, Insani. What is that? The synapses don't fire. They don't connect. Thought it was just some more industrial, miscellaneous construction material. No, it was a player, a heist member. Just like that, we're back to a 4 versus 4 even footing. Marquinhos coming big on the side. Good one way, but the flash does him in. Henny takes him down on top of the default site. That is unfortunate. Can't have that happening. CJ blinds his teammate and condemns him to an early death. Another falls on top of the jump over as well as sitting. And CJ fighting for pride, and CJ 1v3 doesn't even find one. Henny with the rifle, a 3K for himself. He'll upgrade to the op as well, change things up. Made in Brazil guarantee themselves an advantage going into the second half, and they still have 5 rounds to work with in the first as well.
Hold on, can we get a live audio feed directly to Henny and tell him to get rid of that op and go back to the AK? Because he's getting kills on the AK, and he goes and grabs the op.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it is his position to fill, right?
It is,
I can
but
respect that.
At the same time, if you're watching OC on Liquid, he wasn't hitting op shots, he goes to the rifle, he ends up with the top frag in the scoreline. Sometimes you're just not feeling it. You got to adapt. That's an unfortunate time to smoke.
It is. He notes pistols now, though. Urine running forward, walks into the mage. Does go 1 for 1 as well. This should be a made in Brazil round through. And it looks like they're going to keep 4 alive as well, unless Cynic has something to say about it. He's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Turtle taps him away. Good shot at range as he emerges from his shell. He's coming alive as well, tying up Exit and BRN. Nope, BRN's actually 1 ahead, but close to tying it up. Everybody from Made in Brazil hitting their shots. Henny still gracing the bottom of the scoreboard, sure, but he's not required. It's the Insani and the BRN show.
You know, Nate, there's something I would like to draw attention to, and that's the fact that Nouns have called only one timeout across these two maps.
That's a fair point.
And the scoreline does not flatter them.
What do you think the issue is? Do you think it's Symphysis that needs to call it? Do you think maybe Symphysis isn't here? What do you think the appraisal of the situation is right now?
Even if he's not here, that's still got to be made. An open team would make that call. You're down without any real traction. It says you call a timeout. There's 4 timeouts to be used in each map. And they are very useful. They can help you reset mentally. They can help you figure out what's going wrong, fix communication issues, talk about swapping spots up. Especially for a team that probably doesn't have as many protocols as a lot of others right now. Nouns can definitely use these timeouts to the fullest extent. If MIBR are struggling, they use everything, and they use them early. They are very liberal in their usage of the timeouts. They like it. Oh, there's a tag from Henny on CJ. And Insani says, CJ, you get a mandatory timeout. You can't play for the rest of the round. Up on towards Ivy, on towards side hall. bwills will take out BRN. Insani meets Cynics off. Henny will need to do what he can with Exit. Try and get his way onto the site. Exit spray finds nothing. I guess it doesn't find nothing. It finds open space, which technically isn't nothing even at a molecular level. Cynic needs that kill. Exit finds one. Marquee falls. Cynic on jump up. He has one. 15 seconds ticks down more and more. Henny no time to go backwards. He has to go to the side. He has to fight his way in. No plant chance now. But he does spot out Cynic in the open. He's got one. He has no time to plant. He's got to fight. And he can't even do that. Carson is going to go for the hunt here. And the Tech 9 will get the kill in the nick of time. Henny gets a couple of frags, but it's a little bit too late. Nouns will get their third on the board. Still, though, I think it's a timeout territory because that one, a bit of luck for Nouns to be able to find that victory. And even then, look at their money. M4s, medium utility, MP9 and a FAMAS. Not a singular kit.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, I think hunting there is the wrong call, even if it's after time. They have so much money. I mean, even if Henny fell there, he would still have 7.6k in the bank to reinvest. Sure, maybe he couldn't drop one of his teammates. But still, it wouldn't outright punish Made in Brazil. It was not worth the risk. It limits Carson to only that MP9, forces him to get aggressive, compels him to an early death, and gives Made in Brazil now a chance to clap back and reset the CT economy.
Tactical reset time. Going back to the economy changes. Turtle runs into Marquee, doesn't clear him out. A bit of a lapse of judgment there. Marquee will actually find second, but Insani and BRN, who else would it be but this deadly duo, the dynamic duo? They get all the remaining kills they need. In fact, all the kills of the round for MIBR, and they will run rampant on towards victory here. Op going to be back for Henny. But of course, you just need Insani and BRN on rifles, and you should be fine the way they've been playing. Cynic and bwills, Marquee as well chiming in, CJ and Carson not really having too much of an impact over the course of this map, and Nouns just not really making too much of a blip on the radar in general. 3 rounds, 2 to go in this half, 5 rounds on CT Vertigo is the best they could hope for, and that's not necessarily a good one.
Henny up well. Turtle again. Not clearing this backside area of the B site. Marquee again finding a double. This time, though, he's still kicking after the fact. Will fall away. Still alive. Dinks Insani through the wall. Finishes him off. There's no way he should find that much. Making a mile out of a very minute opportunity. 2 versus 2. Made in Brazil want to stem the bleeding now. They want to just win this round. Go look for the 12th as well. Just a USP and a 5-7 separate them from victory here. So it should be theirs. I want to highlight, if there's one thing that Nouns can salvage from this game, it's that Cynic can still op. And Marquee has been a decent investment, a good pickup.
But there's a big void.
Yeah. The other thing, those are the players we're talking about, like, he changed around a 1 versus 2 from Henny. Actually closer than it should be. He will recover it in the end. Shouldn't have gotten that close, though. Nouns, show us something like that on a rifle round, and maybe things would be a little bit different.
Yeah. Huh. It feels like Nouns are more comfortable on the pistols, though, because they don't have to think as much. They can kind of just run around and shoot.
Play the one in
You
them
put the
angles.
rifles in the utility, they overthink it.
Too much respect and reverence given.
But when they try to play aggressive, they get punished. So what do you do? There has been no winning situation. Look at that! Look at that! A slight sound cue and BR just goes and rips bwills from the ramp. Marky will trade it back. Marky has been a bright spot. bwills as well stepping up, but it looks like Nouns are nerfed in this current situation. They look like a shadow. A wraith. That's a good clear. Make sure the little spam wall is cleared. Insani going to go for a couple of kills. Flashbang high from both sides. Time. Will it avail Insani and MIBR? Will it avail Nouns? The rotations are coming in towards B. Marquee flashed off. Mowed down by Insani. 22 kills. Again, 20 kills in the first half, or close to it. Cynic, he's got one, but only one as Turtle comes back around the corner. Insani and BR are gone, but Henny stepping up. So is Turtle. He gets the lineup, and he knocks the pins down for a 12-3 half. We'll see you after the break.
A dominant performance in the first half for Made in Brazil. You'd expect nothing less on their map pick. I'm Pineapple Phillips, joined by Boggs, and unless Nouns can bring some pistol round pizzazz like they did in map number 1, I feel like things might just be curtains before things could even get started in this half number 2.
Nouns need a miracle. Maybe 2 to be able to pull this one off. It's a rough climb, and I think the veto really did spell that story when we looked at it. Ancient was going to be a big point for Nouns where they had to win. Vertigo most likely was going to go the way of MIBR just by virtue of history. And well, Marky's going to get the opening. Good flash from Civic. That's BRN removed as well, and Sani falls as well. Okay, maybe there's a chance here for Nouns to grab the pistol. The first step required for the long 1,000-step route to victory on map 2. bwills one more connection. Turtle holding the line. They're farming with the dualies in the USP. It's down to 1. Turtle has the bomb on the ground. Cynic has to cross, but he can rotate around. He does not need to commit to this one. Turtle back to a different angle. Cynic, 1 headshot will do it. 2, maybe 3 shots to the body, depending on where it lands and how far away he is. Turtle spots him, spams away, looking for the damage, looking for the kill, but Cynic has the body shots, he has the round, but far from clean, far from convincing. No bomb plant either for Nouns. They will buy up, yes, but that was way too close for comfort. From a 4v2 to a 1v1. MIBR still showing they have bite behind their bark.
That fancy footwork on the 1v1 for the pistol player, the dualies. Saw him jump over the wood wall, land on the little ledge, and then jump back across. The falling sounds fake the drop. It was so well played. In the end, though, just didn't have the HP to go toe-to-toe in an even duel. Nouns, signs of life as they secure a 4th, and well, that's less than ideal. Talked about Mid-Brazil going for the 4s, and they do start things off well with said force. Nice opening down the ladder from the CT side was Turtle, if I'm not mistaken. Exit now on the boost spots 1 and a 2nd as well, but can't connect the shot. CJ finds a trade and some damage onto Insani as well. Nouns, their cards right, they should have this one handedly. Insani, though, the deal double taps 1. Carson in the side hall, though, finds a trade. CJ baits the contact, finding a 2nd. CJ at range drops Henny. Just Turtle. He started off this round, he'll have to finish it. Both players are tagged. It is most certainly doable for the FAMAS.
Yeah, they're both one-shots. Turtle can win this very easily. He's just got to line them up. He sprays the first. He's got 2 rounds in the chamber. And he's going to get that reload off. Back to 25. Carson knows where he is, but Carson's health so low. He needs the headshot and a follow-up body very quickly. Cannot take a single point of or a single shot from Turtle on the FAMAS. The flanks coming around the yin-yang. Carson in the back line. Is he going to get the lurk off? Turtle reads him like a book. What a play from Turtle. He'll hop on the defuse, and Nouns will lose the 2nd round after winning pistol, much like the first half of Ancient. Turtle comes up clutch, 4 kills on the FAMAS, and he has definitely had a magnificent resurgence to form in the last several rounds of this game. Turtle's looking spicy. He's up there only 5 kills behind Insani now. He's more than leapfrogged BRN. And now that Turtle's stepping up to the plate and knocking balls over the wall, man. Nouns, what can you do? What can you do to counter this?
Not much. Truly not much. Nouns desperate, going for the investment. Turtles found 7 kills in the last 2 rounds as well. He was the player on the dualies in that 1v1 situation. Just looking so good for this Made in Brazil side. Carson, I loved his read. He got by at the perfect time, but Turtle's just more astute with the timings. He knows about all the possibilities. Exit, boosted up, finds 1 on the MP9, drops the bomb as well. CJ across the map, in the meanwhile, will find a trade on the player Henny, isolated and alone. And bwills as well, hopping up with the MP9, will find a 2nd. Question is, can Nouns regain control of the bomb? It looks like Made in Brazil aren't even contesting control here.
There's a nice little easy hold from jump up for Insani. Turtle on The mid jump will drop on down to green. Work around. Flashbang goes high, but he's not able to finish off the job. Carson unblinds himself and gets that kill. Exit closing the gap. Insani there as well. One, make it two as the shadow shows. CJ last one standing into a 1v1. This time it favors him given the HP. But the bomb does have to go down. CJ does have that in his possession now. Will he gamble for the B-side take? Will he try and walk all the way to A and set up an post plant? Exit just holds the line, doesn't make noise. And CJ bomb out to B, or to A, excuse me. Gets that down.
Exit didn't grab the kit either. Oh, he does have one in the
He does have one, yeah.
He just picked it up off that corpse. I thought
He's
there was
got
only
a
one.
smoke.
28 HP, that does not really make the ninja possible.
He could drop the smoke, try and bait out the peak.
That is true. Should have grabbed that M4 as well in hindsight.
It's 2020, though.
Yeah, it's always 2020. CJ just holding the ramp. No nonsense here, nothing crafty. Exit have to bait out the peak as you mentioned. Does so, but can't get the duel. CJ unpeaks in the nick of time, and now Exit. No real shot in this round. Time's too far gone. CJ's going to knife the smoke for good measure. They won't kill in either direction. They're just going to awkwardly exchange bullets. There's no easy way to put that. That was not a pretty end. Both do fall with the bomb, but it is Nouns to emerge victorious. And that T economy will facilitate a decent enough investment. Made in Brazil, they're going to hazard an investment of their own, though. It's been back and forth for spies for both teams.
Back and forth for both sides, indeed. Although, this one much more significant, or much less significant, I should say, for MIBR. No rifles up. Exit all the way through, though. Catch off Marky. That's a big pick. And he upgrades to the Galil as well. bwills gets a trade onto Henny over on A, but that's a big pick just running into T spawn. Catches a Marky with utility in hand. That is something that should never happen. That's something you won't see for a long time. Some awkward, unfortunate loss for Marky. Now Insani, that CT boost up. CJ's ready for it. It's going to come down to timing. Shot's not connecting. Insani will try and get the job done. Turtle does a lot of damage. Can't get a kill, though. bwills down to a one-shot, 15 HP. 3v4. Nouns have the advantage in weaponry and manpower. Also in terms of utility, but they're still pressuring A. Carson will discover B is clear, though, and surely they will rotate off to B site. Unless stuff like that happens, Insani swings aggressively, the bomb can go down. Maybe Carson will be required as a flanker, as that knife in the back. But the bomb has made its way down. The ramp retreat is coming through. MIBR reading this well. bwills low HP, caught by Insani. Of course it's Insani. 3 kills from the 30 bomb. As Carson sits like a hen on the egg on B. The bomb will finally rotate over, but Exit is making his way there as well. Rifles for all 3 Made in Brazil players. They have a flashbang to work with and a defuse kit. Not going to be an easy time for Nouns. A very awkward one, if anything. Exit. He needs a flash. Oh!
Very well done from BR, and he gets an AK now as well. Spots Carson. Carson gets away his position, tries to ice with the duel, but he doesn't get it. It's so awkward, and now he's definitely blindsided. Yep, bought enough time. Very well done from BR on the flank. Timing on one and stalling time on the other. 14-5 Made in Brazil. It's been back and forth, but in a game of push and pull, they are definitely favored given their first half performance. 2 rounds away from sweeping the series 2-0.
They are very close. They're so close they can almost touch it. Can't quite grasp it yet. Not even wrapping a finger or two around victory. But once they get a firm grip, it'll be like pulling the sword from the stone. And as King Arthur, they will be victorious. Nade does a good amount of chip damage to the Nouns players. 3 of them taking that damage. Cynic looking for a pick, maybe boosting a teammate up, or asking for the boost himself. CJ already up and closing the gap. Cynic, the one who was boosted, follows suit. knows the play. Flash goes high, but exit right there for the refrag. Actually, not a refrag, it's an opening. I would have thought maybe an opportunity for Nouns to get the pick, but Turtle lives up to his namesake and just kind of sits back and waits for them to come to him. Insani drops into sight, looking to take the fight. Still flank from the left. bwills spam with a tech. He's got a pair of them. But of course, Insani's going to do what he can. bwills, however, grabs 3. The rifle sits up in the hands of Carson, although he has done nothing besides take some damage. BRN with a return onto Marquis. 3v2. Bomb ticks away, but BRN trying to heat up. Grabs 1. Henny falls. Carson, big play. Nouns stay alive. They find another round. And the war of attrition continues. It's a bit of a problem, though. The round count definitely favors MIBR.
It does. And MIBR are going for the investment once again. It's been back and forth since the outset of this second half. That's what now? 5 rounds just back and forth, back and forth.
Yep.
So
break serve.
Nobody can break it. And so Made in Brazil, it's their turn to invest. They do have the hero rifle on exit. 4 rifles to boot, or 4 pistols to boot, excuse me. 2 of them being Deagles, 2 of them being a 5.7, and the very closely associated CZ. Nouns just a straight contact walk up the ramp. They know the economy's low. Question is, will they accept the boost a third time? Yes, they will. He spots the head of the rifle player. Henny and BRN, though, answer immediately in kind, and CJ's low as well. Marky being tagged through the tarp now. Looking so good for the Made in Brazil side. BRN recovers one of the rifles, finds another on the fadeaway as well. Just Marky and Carson trying to pick up the pieces across the map from one another. Together, excuse me, they're on the opposite sides according to the projection on the map. BRN drops Marky, it leaves just Carson trying to find a hole in the defense over towards the Ivy side hall. He has the AK in hand, he has the bomb on back. So many players against him, it seems near impossible, and it is. He'll find one, he'll fall to the second, and Made in Brazil again clapping back, again preventing the conversion, and now finding themselves on series point.
Again, neither team can break serve. We'll see if Nouns can finally get a break off, but the odds are against them. Nouns, they have pistols, a MAC-10, 2 Deags, 2 techs in the Mac Daddy. MIBR with rifles and an MP9. Plenty of kits, a solid amount of utility. Momentum, confidence. Insani 2 kills away from a 30. Henny gonna charge all the way down the ramp, just tucks into the corner looking for a free pick. Utility gonna fly on through though. Molotov does some damage. That'll cue Henny in and Insani into what's going on. That smoke, the only thing keeping Nouns alive right now. Insani ready to go forward, sprays around, gets the first. He's 1 away from the 30 bomb. Henny tries to go for it, but he runs out of ammunition. Cynic this time with a 2K on the Tech 9. Marky able to waltz all the way through middle, catches a player in rotation. Turtle actually fighting out towards the ramp. He's fighting Carson. Cynic gets another, and it seems that neither team can break a serve, as now it's Nouns to strike back again and grab 7, barring any heroics from exit. He's got health, but he does not have any other thing going for him. He's stuck like a rat in a cage. There's no way out for him. What can he do? There's no way to escape. And it's going to be a nice blindside shot from Cynic to put him out of his misery.
I thought that was an opening for exit. I really did. That was huge. Very nearly found it, but Cynic, aware of the possibility, drops him. And as you mentioned, no one's breaking serve. It's been back and forth for what now? 7 rounds in a row. Pistol round going the way of Nouns, second the way of Made in Brazil, and then back and forth since then. It's just crazy. War of attrition, and Made in Brazil are not going to break it. They're going to continue the investment train. It's Deagles across the board this time. No rifle to grace the CT side. They'll have to find one the hard way instead. No kits either means this is going to be a battle of attrition, a fight to the bitter end. They don't want to let a bomb plant come through.
I mean, the Deagles are out, so you never know if there will even be a bomb plant achievable for Nouns, because MIBR's Deagles incredibly deadly. Carson going to get boosted up, or is it going to be Marky? Marky spots out Turtle, who cannot convert the shot, and maybe a second as well. Marky doing all he can. Exit will send him toppling down off the top of the skyscraper. BRN dropping in behind as well, looking for the kills, looking for some way back in, but he's expected. It does not matter. The unexpected guest was found out and still was not kicked out. The bomb will go down, a 4v3. That timer, something to keep an eye on, plus the defensible positions for the rifles of Nouns. Must-win round. Cynic onto Insani, no 30 bomb for him just yet. Flash goes in, Exit crosses to green. Shadow shows, Cynic facing, fighting, hoping. He's got to put the team on his back, that's for sure. Top frag here on this map. Exit chipping away at the health. The time being dwindled away. One more kill, maybe a second. Oh, no. Nice cleanup from Cynic around the boxes. That is beautiful.
2 in a row. At long last secured. It is for Nouns as well. They do stave off the end of the series, but for how long?
Yep.
It seems like it will be at least one more round. It is going to be Made in Brazil at long last capitulating. They are going to be on the half by sensible call. They have 7 more rounds to work with if you include this one. 2 P250s and a flashbang is all the CT side can muster. And Nouns, this should be a moment for them to breathe, for them to regain some confidence, slow down, get back into your groove, and build up a T-side economy.
It really does feel like Nouns are down 5-1 on set 2 there. Whole mountain to climb. Yeah, they can get a few more points here, a few more rounds, but can they actually take this one and go to a third? It's a very far-fetched reality. And depending on your belief of the infinite universes and that kind of theoretical physics, there is a universe where Nouns make this comeback happen. Do we live in that universe? I would say the odds are very highly stacked against that.
I like this idea from Exit. He could try to find a rifle here. There's one on the flat portion of the ramp, right below Marky's gun model currently. The issue is Marky's watching for it. Anybody on Nouns is sensible enough to know that this timing is here. He could be literally anywhere on the map. So it's not going to be easy. He's going to try and spring the trap, maybe use the bomb for a little bit of extra damage onto these players, soften them up. He does actually do a lot of damage as well. CJ down to 17. Rifle will be recovered. CJ does an exit, but as I mentioned, CJ was soft. He falls. Any damage is good damage. Well done for Made in Brazil. And now they do have rifles on the board as well. Even footing for both teams, more or less. Made in Brazil looking keen to end the series here.
They are prepped and ready for it. Henny has the rifle, so he should be ready to roll. Plenty of utility. MIBR, just looking for 5 kills and a defuse if required. Preferably not even going to be needed. Insani would also like his 30 bomb after being denied on map 1. He only needs 1 more. BR ran a little further behind him, but he has overtaken Turtle again. Still, Turtle and Exit have definitely had some very big impact frags and impact rounds on this map. The A setup should be red, though. Nouns telegraphing this, although they do have a bit of a lurk towards B. They've done this before, but BRN? Bell rung by CJ. Maybe starting something back the other direction, something on an A scale. Insani flexing all the way through mid. Going in behind. He's going to creep down the ladder as Henny sprays down a pair with the M4A1. Gets out of dodge alive. 2 big kills for the Opera on the rifle. Now bwills waits for reinforcements as there's still a long lurk. Henny with 3. Maybe it's Henny's time to step up. Insani has 30. There he goes. And Carson, so far removed from the actual game, he will get 1. But at this point, what difference does it make?
Great question. That's why he's speeding up, bunny hopping around, trying to throw off the timings and make them cattywampus. Hopefully find something surprising as a result, but doesn't seem possible. The bomb has dropped, 20 seconds left, and 3 players to unseat. One at Sandbags, 1 spotted over towards Ivy. Carson now is positioning known as a stampede forward, and he is blindsided. Henny finds the kill, the final nail in the coffin. And oh my goodness, it was a recovery from Nouns, much like map 1, but again, it came far too little too late. It is made in Brazil, as expected, taking their map pick as well. I believe it was 16-9 on map number 2, 16-8 on map number 1. And honestly, it does make sense. Made in Brazil showed us a lot more to be excited about on their side of things.
They really did. I mean, they really took control. It was a bit of the